Hello investors and welcome into today's video. Today, if you're losing money, this is the video for you to watch. No matter how experienced or how renounced you are, every investor is struggling in this market. This market is absolutely ugly. Let's look at some charts here without wasting any time. So the Nasdaq is down 3% today. Now, if you look at the year-to-date charts, Nasdaq is already down 25% this year. This is one of the worst months for the entire Nasdaq since 2008. Look at this article here. Nasdaq sees worst monthly performance since 2008. As investors went risk off on the prospect of rising interest rates and weaker than expected earnings from US giants. In the last 1 year, Nasdaq has been a disaster, especially this year. 26% down is just absolutely insane. Let's look at some MOOC charts. WIX. WIX is spiking at 33.39. Now, if you look back into the WIX, every time the WIX is above 30, 32, I am a big buyer of stocks. Even though no matter what is happening in the market today, we historically know from data that every time the WIX is up more than 30, it's a good time to buy. If you look back at 5 years, during the COVID pandemic, right, the WIX spiked at 66. That is one in a lifetime sort of thing. And today again, WIX is at 33, one of the highest since the pandemic. I think there was one spike here, but apart from that, WIX is highest since the pandemic. That is a good signal for me that people are very, very fearful, and this is the time to actually double down on your positions. Sure, putting money all at the same time is probably not the best move in this market, because no matter what you throw at the market, it's just rejecting it. But dollar cost averaging seems to be working pretty well right now. I've been deploying money little by little, dipping my toes more and more as the stocks are falling. But I can't just not acknowledge the fact that the WIX is very, very high, which makes me think that we are nearing capitulation, which is a good sign. That this could be a bottom. Now, of course, nobody knows what the bottom is, but this could be nearing a bottom. Now, no matter how experienced, as I said, no matter how experienced you are, how renounced you are, every single stock is struggling. Now, if you're feeling really bad about yourself, let's have a look at some ETFs. Well, the very famous ETF, ARK ETF. Now, this ETF is down about 56% year to date. Now, just think about it, how bad this is. This is not even a stock. This is not even an individual pick. This is literally an ARK Innovation ETF, and it's down from almost its all-time highs to 96, all the way down to 42. And if you look at this article here, every ARK holding is in the red except for cash. Just think about it. Every single stock that ARK holds is in the red. As you can see here, the violent sell-off on Thursday means that every single bet in Cathie Wood's flagship strategy has lost money this year, with the sole exception of money market cash holding. Now, this is just insane. And I want to bring your attention to something very interesting. So Palantir reported their earnings today, and look at this. What has happened to this stock? I would have never imagined in my entire lifetime that Palantir would go to 7. Palantir is at 7 today. It's down 20% today. Year to date, it's down 60%. Wow, this is crazy. Another chart I want you to bring your attention to is the psychology of the stock market. This is what I was referring to before. As you can see, this is the general cycle of the market. And no matter where you go back to, you can go back to the COVID situation of 2020, you can go back to the dot-com bubble, you can go back any time when there was a huge dip in the market. This cycle has almost always followed. And as you see, so in this chart, right, let's start from the beginning. You have optimism, excitement, thrill. Here you feel as if you are the best investor in the world. You can have 100% returns, 200% returns, 300% returns, and then all of a sudden things start to go down, right? You have anxiety, denial, fear, desperation, panic, capitulation. Now, this is the point where investors are the most fearful. Now, if you think of anxiety and denial, these are not the places where Warren Buffett says, be greedy when people are fearful. but rather these are the points, like here, capitulation, right? We are at peak capitulation at this moment. It seems like it. Now, of course, we could go down even further, but right now, from what I'm seeing in the markets, people are extremely fearful. And at this point, it seems to me that we are very close to capitulation. And that is a good sign, because this is the time when you should be buying stocks. Not here, but rather here. So, you know, what happened? Let's go back to S&P 500. Today it's down 2% again. Year to date, S&P 500 is down almost 16%. Now, if you look at Nasdaq is already in the bear market. It's down 25%, right? Bear market is a stock going down, well, an index going down more than 20%. Whereas the S&P 500 is still not in the bear market. Bear market would be more than 20%. So the S&P 500 could fall even more, but, you know, nobody knows where the bottom is. And this is why, you know, bringing our attention back to this, it seems quite wise to start investing at this point rather than, you know, waiting for the bottom, because we all know nobody knows when the bottom is. Because whenever you reach the bottom, that is the point when people are most fearful, and at that point, nobody would know that that is the bottom. So let's go back to S&P 500. As you can see, if you rewind back to the last 5 years, this was the point, you know, where the market was beaten down because of lockdown, COVID, and whatnot, and everything collapsed. Like, it was terrible. It was very, very crazy. But see what happened after that, right? We went to all-time highs of like, and we gained about 105%. It was all like money being printed. There was like stimulus checks. Companies were doing well, and everybody was like euphoric, right? But then this is when the shit hits the fan, and everything is going down. Now, having said that, let's go back to the cycle. Things can go worse, but at this point in time, I'm going to be buying more, because I do think, personally, it's my personal opinion. Don't take it as financial advice. It is my personal opinion that we are nearing this bottom, and there are some stocks which I own which are totally undervalued, and I just can't see that sustainable for the long run. It has to hit a bottom sometime soon. So I just wanted to give some optimism and say, you know what, no matter how much money you've lost, let's acknowledge that we all have lost money. I have lost a shit ton of money. But at the same time, you know, nobody knows where the bottom is, and all they can do is stay calm, stay relaxed. I hope the market picks up very soon. Two key results coming up this week are the CPI index on Wednesday, and I think there's one more report coming out on Thursday. So let's keep an eye on that. But I do think that this is a great buying opportunity to double down on stocks. And this is not sustainable for the long run. The stocks have to recover sometime soon. And let's hope that happens soon. If you find value in this video, please don't hesitate to smash that like button, destroy it. Please subscribe. We are in this pain together. Thank you.